So, Ed, can we fast forward to the finals?
Grand final?
Where you think it might go?
Well, I think if there's never been a better opportunity for this. Let's go back a week. Whack up the graphic. I'll show you what this will look like now. This is a great reward for people who've had to suffer through the period. Everyone's done the right thing to get the sports back. So if we're at the preliminary finals, Friday night, Saturday night, you know, I call it the Cox Plate of football. It is the purest. And if we can get the crowds in, they'll be hanging off the light towers at the MCG. Brownlow medal on the Monday. Grand final parade and day off. Public holiday on the Friday. Manikato Stakes that night at Moonee Valley. Next day, the Cox Plate. That night, AFL Grand Final. The next night is, in fact, the NRL Grand Final. The next week, you've got the Melbourne Cup Carnival. So you've got back-to-back long weekends in a festival of sport where you've got the best games of football and the best races from the Weight for Age Championship of Australasia there with the Cox Plate, into the Derby, into the Melbourne Cup, into the Oaks Day, into the Stakes Day. Wow! And with the Rugby League Grand Final chucked in for good measure.
The AFL is tonight emphatic. They haven't even talked about a night grand final. Channel 7, I still think, are a little bit frustrated. They're very keen to get it over the line. You left one thing out, Ed. Two things you have. Well, one thing, it's going to require an act of Parliament to change the public holiday. You're saying that will happen? Yep. Daniel Andrews will do the right thing by Victorians. What about Thursday night before the grand final?
Yeah.
The Footy Show?
Oh, the Footy Show? Well, we haven't even got to that yet. We'll have to have a look. We'd want to, yeah.
Well, you've got the inside information.
Well, I'll find out.
Surely you'll get the Footy Show back on.
Well, we plan to. Yeah, we do. We plan to. The only thing is, to be perfectly honest, Caro, is because we've got a long season, the budget for the Grand Final Footy Show might go to you. To get you to turn up for the last half of the year. You three might swallow the Grand Final Footy Show. So that's serious, because it's now gone.
The delicious irony in that, Ed, isn't it?
It is amazing, isn't it?
You mentioned the Grand Final
Caro kills
parade.
the Footy Show. There you go. She's got her way at last.
You mentioned the Grand Final parade. It might be another Sweet Caroline performance from you.
Exactly. You never know. Might do a duet.
Caro loved it. But just on this, all those things crowd dependent, Ed. They're all great events, but if you haven't got people there, you're in a bit of trouble. So could we possibly see people at this year's Grand Final? We've heard for the last 2 months we won't.
But look, it's like everything.
Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah, as I said last week...
There is a chance, you're saying, because I've heard all year there won't be a chance.
Yeah, if it flattens out, we're going to have to get there at some stage.
Even the South Australian situation, it just highlights from day dot since COVID come out in the crisis, it's been a moving feast, almost 24-hour cycle. It's just moving so quickly, dependent upon results
but
and outcomes.
You know what the AFL are looking at? This is their motto now. There's no plans. We adapt. The right decision was made round one to play, and on Sunday morning, the right decision was made to not play. And that's the way it's going to be. And we're going to just move around. It only needs to get a couple of things to kick up, and we might be back to square one. But if it all goes forward, then we'll be the momentum. And I think we can play a great role in bringing the community with us as we open up the restrictions.